summit is the latest effort on the part of this administration to hear directly from you about your priorities, your ideas, your hopes for the future of the region and the world, and especially how we can work together to try to achieve them. Many of us were together at the Partners in the Blue Pacific ministerial meeting that we hosted last week in New York on the margins of the UN General Assembly. We brought together countries around the vision that you and others set out in the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent. Today's discussion also builds on the Pacific Leaders Summit that our gracious host in Fiji convened in February. Grateful for that. Vice President Harris's engagement with the Pacific Islands Forum in July, Deputy Secretary of State Sherman's meetings with many of you during the Pacific Islands Conference of Leaders. What I hope that you take away from these engagements is that the United States shares your vision and we're committed to help realize it. It's a vision that recognizes that only by working together can we actually tackle the biggest challenges of our time that confront all of our citizens, from combating the climate crisis and health emergencies, to promoting economic opportunity, to preserving a free and open Indo-Pacific where every nation, no matter how big, no matter how small, has the right to choose its own path. You can count on the United States partnering with you to rally other countries around this vision across major international gatherings, from the UN General Assembly to COP to the Summit for Democracy. We also have the same vision for individuals. Like you, we want every person to be able to choose their path, no matter who they are or where they're born, and have a chance to reach their full potential. That's what people-centered development is all about. Delivering on that goal demands that we find pathways for people to build knowledge and to share ideas across communities, across borders, and that's going to be a key focus of the discussion today, deepening our people-to-people ties and our educational exchanges. We're doing that through a number of programs, including ones like Tech Girls, which brings high school-age girls from across the world to the United States for a summer exchange to build the knowledge, the skills, the networks that will help them pursue higher education and careers in STEM, in the sciences and technology. Today we'll also discuss ways to build greater resilience across the region. One of the messages that we've heard loud and clear from Pacific Island leaders is that building resilience is about more than equipping communities to adapt to the effects of climate crisis, which for many of you is an existential threat. It's also about preparing communities to weather a wide range of interrelated shocks that we know have caused cascading effects. That reflects the world that we live in, where the changing climate is accelerating the spread of deadly viruses, where transnational criminal organizations not only threaten our security through corruption and human trafficking, but also biodiversity through smuggling, irreplaceable wildlife, and timber. That's why we're partnering with you to deepen resilience across the board, from bolstering health security through better early warning and response systems to diseases like dengue, to launching a program called Resilient Blue Economies, which will strengthen marine livelihoods by supporting sustainable fisheries, aquaculture, tourism. Today, I'm very pleased to announce that the United States will contribute $4.8 million to this new effort. I have to tell you, though, that I'm especially pleased as we start our conversations, as we start these 2 days with President Biden joining us tomorrow, that we have also come together around a declaration of partnership between the U.S. and the Pacific, one that shows that we have a shared vision for the future and a determination to build that future together. So I'm very pleased that we have this today, that we've agreed on it, and it will give us a roadmap for the work that we're doing in the future. Most important, I'm really looking forward to this conversation, to listening, to hearing from each and every one of you so that we can be a better, stronger, more effective partner in the future that we're working to build together. Susie, with that, back to you.
Mr. Your Excellency, but do want to offer you, if you wanted to say any opening remarks as the chair of the Pacific Islands Forum and Fiji Prime Minister.
Thank you, Susie. Susie said Secretary Blinken and senior officials of the U.S. government Thank you for hosting and welcoming us to DC. We look forward to our discussions throughout today and, of course, tomorrow. The Pacific Islands Forum family welcomes this opportunity to set the USA towards becoming the true Pacific power it can become. We saw this when both President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris addressed the forum leaders. We see it today, and of course, we're going to see it the next couple of days through the engagements. This upcoming week will be the most significant engagement between the Pacific Island Forum and the United States in a generation. The fact that the Pacific leaders will be sharing a room with the US President and the entire machinery of the US government tells us how far we have come. We look forward to working with the United States to better integrate our economies, improve flows of trade, strengthen our education and links, increase two-way tourism and exchange, and link our cultural institutions, and better link our schools and community organizations. We, of course, also look forward to welcoming the Peace Corps volunteers back to Fiji. Vinaka. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.